Okay, so in this video I'm going to run through some of the pitfalls that you might encounter when running any kind of RC, and these are pitfalls that you'll encounter before you even leave the house, but you won't know about them. So what do I mean? I have personally done all of these little pitfalls, so it's basically off my experience, and yes, I might be showing myself up to be a little bit incompetent here and there, but I've been at this game for quite a long while. So if you remember the last video, I managed to pick up the wrong battery on the way out of the house because I was in a rush, and I picked up this battery here, which is only a half charged one, quarter charged one, and I only got like 2 or 3 minutes of run time out of it. Now I've even turned up to a place and actually forgot to put the battery into the car. Now okay, you might think he's just been a little bit forgetful kind of thing, we've all done it once or twice. Let me introduce you to these 4 little killjoys here. These are AA batteries. Now what will happen is, when the batteries run down, your transmitter will start flashing a light. And what it then means is you should bring your model back, shut it down, change the batteries in the transmitter, and then off you go again. But who brings a spare set of AA batteries with them? These things last for absolutely ages. You can run these things for 6 months and they won't run out. And then of course it happens when you switch your transmitter on. So, okay, let's run over to the transmitter itself, because there's a pitfall there as well. Supposing you've been out on your session and you shut everything down, and I always make a kind of point of showing on video I switch my transmitter off, and off you go. Fine, you don't need to think about it anymore. But what we do is we put the transmitters into a bag, or we put them in the back of the boot, and then we put something on top of them, and you can more or less guarantee that the transmitter will switch itself back on again. And then with the journey home, it'll be doing this all the way back home, and it'll flatten the battery. Now, because these things last such a long time, you're going to pay no attention to it until the next time you actually want to take your car out and use it. You'll get up to the location, you'll switch your transmitter on, find out that there's little power actually in the batteries themselves, and here again you're going to find out that who carries spare batteries around with them all the time. So in the next segment we're going to move over to a bit of the Nitro side, so the electric guys can have a little bit of a laugh, and then we'll get back to reality again in the next segment after that. Okay then, just give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention while we're on about transmitters, actually try and remember the transmitter itself. Several times I've forgotten the transmitter. Okay, so we now move a little bit over to the Nitro side. The next section will affect us all yet again, but for the Nitro people, here we go. The amount of stuff that's down here is each its little own minefield to get through. So yep, you've got the problem with the batteries, you've got the problem with the batteries in the glow starts, trying to remember which one you've charged. You take them both and you find you haven't charged either of them, or you can guarantee one way of finding out which one you've charged and which one you haven't charged, and that's to randomly pick one, go up to your location and find out it's flat. Where's the one that you charged? Back at home. You haven't even got out of the house. So if you forget any of these things, I've forgotten fuel before, I've forgotten a little toolkit before, I had a glow plug break on me once, I forgot the glow plug, and it just ends your session. So that's a little bit for you Nitro guys. Let's get on to the next one, which I think is the worst one you can possibly do. Okay, back in a second. Okay, so over time you gradually begin to get yourself into a little bit of a routine, and then what you do is you suddenly decide, I'll open up a YouTube channel or something like that, and this will bring you into the world of the camera. And here is another minefield that you can well tread into before you even get out the house. Now, how many people have left the SD cards in the computer and taken the cameras out? I've done it before. I've even not cleared the SD cards, put them back in the camera, got onto site. I don't know what the lights are flashing for because I never read the instructions. and I haven't noticed that it said SD card full on the display, which on this camera you can clear it if you notice it. So there's nothing worse, and I'd say this is the most frustrating pitfall that I've got, and it's getting back home and discovering that at best you've got 30 seconds footage of an hour's worth of work. It just absolutely sends you, well, into a bit of a bad mood. So the next two are slightly more light-hearted, and let's have a look at them. Okay, a bit of a bizarre one, but not as bizarre as the next one, I'm telling you. Body shells and pins. I have twice left a body shell at somebody else's kitchen. And body pins, I'm forever losing body pins. And where is the packet of body pins? Back at home. So let's get on to the finale, as we might say. I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but yes, the car itself. Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. But yes, I have turned up to locations where I've got all the transmitters, all the cameras, batteries, fuel, everything like that, gone to the boot of the car and discovered that the actual car is sitting, guess where? Back at home on the kitchen table. Didn't even get out the front door. Now, in my own defence, it's usually happened when, well, it's only happened twice, by the way, but it's usually happened when I've been distracted. Either I've got a telephone call, or I've had to deal with another family member, or something completely random, and I've just gone out, closed the boot, off I go, and the result being is that the car is still on the kitchen table. Okay then, I hope you've enjoyed that, and if you have any little disasters yourself, you'll know that you're not the only one. Okay, hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.